Hi everybody, it's Kathleen Byram, otherwise known as Kathy the Donkey, and I'm here to read to you Chapter 2, the rest of it. When we left off, it was starting back at the beginning. I was born 6/25/65 in Frankfurt, Germany. My mother had wanted me since she was 16 years old. She badly wanted a girl. When she married Dad at 23 or 24 and they were shipped out to Germany, she went on the birth control pill. Her doctor gave it to her because she explained she did not want to get pregnant and be throwing up while traveling. And this made sense to him. So she went on the pill. Well, I was up in heaven waiting. I knew she would be my mother. I know I must have been so excited to go because she is such a stellar mother. Mom said the night she conceived me, a light came down, warming her, and she knew that I was inside her. She knew she was pregnant, even though she was on the pill. She bled. She went to the doctor terrified that she was losing me. Oh, puh! Like I had any intention of leaving. I had business to attend to. She was so careful with me. I bet she didn't even have coffee. She would have nightmares. At some point she thought there was a lion under her bed. This was shocking because she's always been so pragmatic, sane, level-headed. That's definitely her. I was born in June. I was due on the 9th. I did not come until the 25th, and that was only because Dad wanted to know if he could lift her if he needed to. He picked her up and her water broke, and she went to the hospital where I was born. No telling how long I'd have stayed if that hadn't happened. I was delivered with forceps. I like to imagine I didn't want to come out of there. I was a sensitive child. When Dad would scream and yell, Mom said I would hold my breath and pass out. The doctor said to let me do it. Have you ever tried to do that? When you were in severe pain and wanted to pass out? It doesn't work. Yeah, I'm still pouting about it. I bet I was my mom's best friend. She was almost always mine. Actually, I have several best friends. I have my bestest best friend, Carol Bean, and my best friends, Randy and Nancy, and it's like a trinity. I've had my best friends before, but my mom was my first best friend in this life and will be till the end. She was very alone. This is a woman who was the oldest of 10 children. She is also bossy. How could she not be? But this woman is queen of bossy. I've never seen such a great delegator. But she didn't learn everything overnight. She had a process like me. She is the best, most magnificent mother in the world. Get used to hyperbole from me. You will find it often. Anyway, back to Germany. She was stuck in that little apartment with me and had nothing to do but clean house and play with me. She was happy. She loved me so much. Things were hard, too. As I mentioned the screaming before, Dad wasn't perfect. Mom was perfect, okay? But not Dad. Dad was human. And Dad was fussy. She tells of how she would fix a nice hot breakfast for him and repeatedly try to get him to get up to eat it until it would turn cold and he'd hop out of bed, go to the table and complain that it was too cold and said he couldn't eat it. She couldn't fix him more because she had to leave. He would go through the apartment with a white glove. He would move things, just a hair. She would put something somewhere. Maybe she did it to cover a spot or something. I'm making that up for an example. A spot probably didn't dare show its face in her clean apartment. Anyway, he had a weird little thing that he would just adjust things just so. He was fastidious. He was a Felix Unger. She remembers working one day hand-sewing a precious pair of curtains from some fabric she had and put them up over an ugly window. He came home and tore them down and called them something hideous and ugly. She was mortified. He would call her stupid. Mom is not stupid. Because she was so loving to me throughout my life, I never noticed just how smart she was until I got much, much older. Waits while you older folks laugh knowingly. So finally Mom said to him, "You're a smart man. Why would you want a stupid wife?" And he never said it again. She adored me. She was so happy to have me. The only thing I remember from this time is sitting in the kitchen sink playing with the water. My next memory is in Atlanta, I think. I was about 4 and trying on my dad's x-ray pants. I remember thinking about how long before they would fit. Atlanta wasn't a happy place for Mom. Grandma, Dad's mom, tried to control her. Dad couldn't be himself around her. Things got bad and they moved. I know we lived in Virginia and Indianapolis. And that brings me to fitting in, which is chapter 3, which we will get to in the next video. Thank you very much for listening. Bye-bye.